To free themselves from British rule, colonists had to fight the most powerful army in the world. The American Revolutionary War was a hard, brutal struggle, with ongoing battles for 8 violent years. George Washington commanded the colonists' army, later becoming the first president of the United States. Out of this hard-fought war, a young country was born. But there were problems. The Revolution had produced 13 independent states held together by a treaty called the Articles of Confederation. The 13 states were not a unified country yet. They needed a stronger agreement to tie them together and to ensure the survival of this country. To find a solution to this problem, a convention was called in 1787, and delegates from the new independent American states met in Philadelphia. The delegates were passionate about protecting the idea that here, no one is born a ruler. They felt power must come from the people. The challenge facing the delegates was complex. They wanted to create a government strong enough to hold the entire country together, but limited enough that the rights of the states and the individual freedoms of the citizens could be protected. After 3.5 months of intense debate, the delegates created a plan, a constitution, that defined a completely new kind of government. First, they put aside the idea that there would be a single final authority, a king or an emperor, for example. Instead, they divided power between the states and a new national government, whose powers would be specific and limited. Then, within the national government, the delegates further divided power into 3 branches: Congress, the presidency, and the judiciary. Each of these would have its own role, but none would have total control. This is what no country had ever done. Control power by dividing it, putting it under the limits of a written constitution, and then placing the final authority with the people, who govern themselves through elected representatives. The power and responsibility for freedom belong to us, the citizens of the United States, we the people.